Dog was fine. He's at his dins, he's at everything. And I've come back. I only had 2 cigarettes at recording, about 3 glasses of wine, if that, some beautiful homemade rolls that Linda does so well. She's so bloody brilliant, so talented. It makes you want to, well, I won't say that. Some beautiful cheeses, and she's made homemade mustard, which is to die for. She's got the knack. So I've still got this on, and I don't know how long I've had it, but I probably haven't worn it for about 10 years, something like that. So I've taken off my lovely, rather over. I've used those. I used them once in the film, Tutti the Blue and the red one together when I was playing, of all things, the devil. Here we go again. And that lovely jacket, which looks like somebody's poured a load of Dulux over it. It was, oh, that's a bit peculiar. And I said, well, it's £2 in a charity shop, dear, so I don't care. And my little crystal doodle. Only because you've got to stand out a bit more, and you don't expect people to dress up for these things at all. But it was the most brilliant day. Wasn't too much of a schlep to get there by train, and I got up, went down to the station that way. Was there quite early, so I could meet the train that Stephen, the director, was on. Had a coffee there, lovely. Sat, waited. There he was, in the right place. We had a good chat all the way up. Got to Victoria, got on the train from Victoria Underground to Walthamstow. My God, was it hot. Shockingly hot. God knows what they did in the summer. And Stephen had all his kit with him, 3 cameras and bloody tripods and all that. I just had my bag with my script in, so I was going through the script and all that. We were discussing things like that. Got there. It poured down. It absolutely chucked it down. So we had to go under a canopy thing with cars in it. And it literally is like an 8-minute walk from Walthamstow. People always think Walthamstow's a bit of a dump. It's not. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful place. Went in to Linda's and all. Because I haven't seen them in the flesh for about 4 years. And we speak on the phone probably once a week, once every 2 weeks. And Linda and I are always discussing recipes, or receipts as we like to call them. As Mrs. Bridges would say, oh, I've had this receipt from the woman's journal. Now, I do like the king does like quail, or whatever it was. And it was all set up, and we couldn't do it outside, although it's a lovely garden and summer house and all that. But we couldn't do it because it was very cloudy and cold and all that. So we went indoors into this beautiful library, their front room, which is just wonderful. And we all got mic'd up and started chatting. We did 3 segments. And it'll be about an hour long, I think, according to the director. And as always, generous, lovely food. Thank you very much indeed. Steve was happy, he had his coffee. I had a couple of glasses of red. And it went very well. Absolutely superbly. And I understand the problem we had with one of the things has been re-edited, so the protagonist, antagonist, or whatever you want to call this particular person, can make or break it. But I mean, I do think they forget that there are other people involved. It's not all about you. It's not all about, these shows are not about me at all. They're about the people involved with them and what they think. It's a chat show, for Christ's sake. And a bit of devilment's going on in the background. My lovely friend Jill Ellis pointed this out to me the other day, and I went, I think you're very right. We won't go into names and all that because it's not worth it. So we got there at 12, almost on the dot. And by 2:30 we'd finished recording. That included 2 stops, for the 3 segments. And then Linda provided us with a lovely lunch. And Gary took some really, which I put on already, some really lovely photographs of me sitting there, looking like bloody Henry not Henry, Edward the Seventh, or was it Tsar Nicholas? It's always quite similar anyway. And then we got back on the train and came home, and he went on to Eastbourne, I got off at Lewes, got back, sat on the train. There was two lovely ladies, a gentleman and a lady, and a little dog, sit there, and they had one seat left, and I sat next to them on the platform waiting, only 10 minutes. Just started chatting to people. People don't chat to each other, do they? Well, they just turn around, and when I got to Morscow, which is about a 17-minute journey, I suppose, they said, you've made our day. And I thought, oh God, have I done that? Because they wondered why I was all dressed up like I was about to do Strictly or whatever. Tell them all about it. I said, what have you been, all the normal stuff? What have you been in and all? I said, oh God, it's too long, darling. How long you got, dear? We've only got a little while. So I sat on the train, and it was wonderful. So nice to talk to, real people. She's an artist, and her husband or boyfriend, whatever it is, musician, a lot in common. Little dog, of course. And of course, what happens is if you've got a dog, you're in the lucky position that anyone's going to come and talk to you. If you haven't got a dog, well, bore you. And got home and everything was all right. Bumped into a couple of mates up the road who I have great affection for. And home now, and looking for a bit more cast, because one of the chaps who was going to do it has now got an editing job. I didn't know he did that. And might not be able to do it and all that. And I said, well, we'll sort it out. And we're 17th we start. And then Stephen came up with this wonderful idea. Do you know anyone who's famous who might want to come in and sort of be a sort of guest star? And I said, all the people I know, no offence, are either certainly the film actors are retired. Just having a sip of this. That's what's left. Very good. I don't think they do it anyway. And the majority I know, they're either in America or they're so far away, it's not worth their while doing it. And for the parts, the three that are available, it's only like for half a day. And he's got me working my what's-its off on day one of the block, because I've got, the morning is just lines. So I've got to really get on top of it. But we'll get through it. And he's got one of my actor acquaintances that I know who's going to be there on the Wednesday. I won't be there. The Tuesday, hopefully, we're going to have, Kevin to come down and do some Ark and Chums for us. It depends on his work, because he's doing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the book, or something about that. It's really intense. He's got to get the bloody thing out. And then I'm working on Thursday, and then I've got Friday off, which is nice. So he's really cramming it in for the part, and I hate to say I got the lead. Oh, God, I got who bought these? Because I can't afford them. The director, I mean, very generous. And I just thought to myself, oh, it's nice, but if they want me to come in, I'll do it, and all that, if needed. Because I think on the Tuesday, I've only got 3 scenes, and they're all quite small, and I don't start until, and they're getting, my friend Mark Catchpole's coming down from Paulborough, and he's going to do a bit of running, because he just wants to do it, he just wants to be involved, which is lovely, and all that. So it's a work in progress, as they say, per usual. And I had, the cheeses she put out, there was double Gloucester, lovely brie, and one of my favourites. Well, my favourite is Danish Blue, but a beautiful piece of Stilton, and a homemade mustard, which is, I could eat that just by the spoonful, it was so good. And we sat there and had a quick lunch when we'd finished. so he'd get off and all that and get back for him. And Stephen's got to go because his wife's not well at the moment. She's got some crick in her neck or something like that. She's a nurse, bless her. So it was a good day. I found a penny on the floor. In fact, today I found 2 pennies. One, I can't remember what it was. And to the stage, which is literally 4 minutes away there, where I live. And then another one walking through Moor Street. So there's another one. Strangely enough, on my free wheels, which I do for William Hill, you don't have to pay for them, it's just free spins, I won £5.80. It'll be about a while, it'll be on the electric, because usually it'll be all in the same boat, lads, you know what I mean? So, yet again, a wonderful day with wonderful people, no one with any egos or anything like that and all that bloody business. Oh, it was just good fun. And I'm really like several of the other ones I've done in recent times, Simon, Murray and Catlin, really interesting stuff. And it's about you lot, it's not about me, it's about you lot. Of course I have to be there and all that, and probably talk bollocks and repeat myself. But they're good shows. Shame an awful lot of other people can't see the reason why I'm doing it rather than just being so self-involved and all that. That's their problem, not mine. So as I always say, keep safe and onwards and upwards. And I might have some tea now, not a cup of tea. I had 3 litres of tea before I left this morning. I'll see you later. Bye!